This is like a mukbang video, Ben.
Mukbang.
Yeah, we're just eating. G'day, everybody. On this video, I'm going on 26 or 7 hours with no sleep, and I need food to keep me going.
I've only been awake for 4 hours.
And this is going to sound horrible.
Yep.
Oh, well. You're not the one that has to edit it. Oh, fucking hell. There's nothing worse. I hate the sound of people chewing, so let me have a bit of watermelon. All right.
It's so juicy.
That wasn't even like a joke to start the video. That was just, I need food to keep me going. Sugar.
Need the sugar hit.
So this is the reaction video.
Sugar high.
We saw Quiet Place 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
The cinemas last week. Sequel 2.
The Quiet Place.
Yeah, good one.
I figured that out from the title. Otherwise, I never would have known.
I loved it.
I thought it was really good.
This was a great film. I've got to stop eating. Hang on. Bad idea.
I really want to eat these 2 Skittles.
Do it. It's take me forever.
No.
I actually enjoyed this film more than the first one.
100%. Don't listen to me chew.
5 minutes in and we've gotten out 2 words
Yeah.
about the film. No, look, I love the first film. I think A Quiet Place was a very effective, atmospheric, low-budget kind of film.
The funny thing is, I found that what I liked about the first one is almost the exact opposite of the second one. Like, I love that there's no explanation.
Yeah, totally.
Like, the world is as it is. And in the second one, I loved all of the flashbacks.
You love the explanation.
Yeah.
I think because the sequel begins with a flashback to day 1 when the aliens arrive, and it's there's probably going to be spoilers for the first film in this video. So if you have not seen the first film, probably
Do yourself a favour and watch it.
yes. But no, that
I
backstory
didn't
is
see
great.
it to just before going to see this one because I went, funnily enough, you remember when we first started the show, when I first came on board?
Yep.
And the Luna Drive-In was one of our sponsors, and I remember I scoffed about something about the Luna Drive-In, and it was because I had just been to watch. Well, I went to watch something else, and I was going to stick around and watch Quiet Place 2. Quiet Place. But The Quiet Place is a movie that it's supposed to be quiet, and when you try and watch it at a drive-in, it's just nothing but people driving their cars around for the first 10 minutes and shining their headlights in your face, and I was like, I can't hear I can't hear what's happening. Like, even though there's no sound, it's still like this is just like you're ruining it. You're ruining it for me.
Totally.
But
The only thing that would have made that screening amazing was a big creature coming out of the side.
yeah, and
Eating
I
everyone.
would have been fine because I was not making any noise. I was nice and quiet.
Well, this sequel, because in the first one, I think what I liked about it, which I've told you, is that it creates a wider universe while remaining a very sort of singular
Very
kind
tight.
of focused film.
Yeah.
The fact that there are other communities out there, but you just don't get to see them.
Yeah, and that's revealed in a really clever way. Like, it's just like a kind of almost like a blink and you miss it.
Yep.
Kind of flash of John Krasinski's kind of lab that the kids don't know about.
Yeah.
And it's like a really clever way of explaining a whole bunch of stuff without any exposition.
Yeah. And it works in and of itself. If the first film were to be self-contained, it works. But it also just opens that door for so much more to come. And this film is the perfect example. So, yeah, we get the prequel stuff, which was terrifying. Like, it was actually really scary and effective, which then leads us to the sequel stuff that comes after the first film, which was also very clever and introducing Cillian Murphy's character almost to replace John Krasinski's character.
Yeah, they're both beardies.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of uncertainty about what kind of character he is.
Actually, they both start in the flashbacks that neither of them have beards, and then fast forward to
Cillian
present
Murphy,
day.
redneck guy, doesn't he? In the bleachers.
No. At the start, I'm pretty sure he's clean shaven, and then when
that's to mark the passage of time.
Yeah, that's right. When they catch up, they're all beardies because shaving makes too much noise.
You've been living in the wasteland for a few years there, Ben.
I don't know how to use a razor or an electric doohickey.
The only the only weak spot, which was inevitable, or unavoidable, was that the son clearly looks older.
He's really the only one, like,
Yes.
who's gone through a growth spurt.
Yeah,
Fuck, he annoyed me.
he annoyed me in this too. But we begin on
But, I
day
mean, that's
one.
his
We
role.
begin on day one, which is over a year before the events that we're familiar with, and he clearly looks 14 as opposed to 12. You know,
Yeah,
but that's okay.
but and at least they do set up that he's a bit of a nervous Nelly,
Yeah, that's true.
like that he.
There's a particularly awesome thing that happens to him in the first act that was blood curdling. Like,
Yeah,
how amazing was that? Like, I felt that through the cinema, being ambiguous about it so you can experience it. But
I like that there's no comeuppance for it though.
yeah,
Like, it's clearly set up
yeah,
for almost what?
Mm.
Because you think it's not really going to affect the creatures at all.
no,
It's just, and like I suppose he does allude. Cillian Murphy does allude to the fact that the survivors, the people who are left, aren't people anymore.
yeah, yeah,
Like, they've become worse than the creatures themselves,
yep.
and which does kind of come into play a bit later on in the film.
There are moments that it almost turns into sort of George Romero kind of stuff as well. The sort of the crossover between the second and final act, where they sort of hit the island stuff. That to me was very Romero 60s kind of stuff. His Survival of the Dead kind of rang a bell as well. And Kaczynski is clearly a very good director.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And what else? What else you got to say about this one? I'm frazzled. Remember?
Yeah, but I do like there was a bit of a Q&A which you didn't stick around for with John.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Which is a bit cringeworthy. Like, he's really good, but I think they had Luke Jacobs doing the thing, and
dickhead. Yeah.
I mean, it is very difficult to conduct a Q&A across Zoom in front of a live audience.
Just don't be a flog.
But yeah, he's very much a Channel 7 style film review kind of interviewer. So
yeah,
does he have any kind of background in film? No, he doesn't. So he's just a pretty face to do the things. But and Krasinski does talk about this, but I did like how basically part 2 is almost a passing of the torch between the parents and the children. In the first one, it's very much the whole gist of the film is the parents looking after the kids.
Yeah.
And the second one is about the kids taking a step out from under the shadow of their parents and starting to take responsibility for themselves.
Yeah, totally. And
except for the boy.
The girl that plays the daughter, can't remember her name. It's a very awesome name. It's on the screen right now. She's amazing. She is amazing. Like a real scene stealer.
Take a nap, mate. Take a nap, mate.
Yummy, yummy. Feel like Peter Coombe.
Yeah. We need some toffee apples up in here. Very nice.